Hi and welcome to Orbit. The iPhone 15 is still 6 months away, but we have plenty of rumors and pretty much know everything now. So let's take a look at it. There will be a review on my channel as soon as the iPhone 15 arrives, so please consider subscribing. There will be 4 models of the iPhone 15 series. The regular 15 and 15 Plus and the much more expensive 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max. Well, maybe it's even called 15 Pro Ultra. All of the new iPhones will have a complete redesign. Well, complete is maybe not the right word. It will be a slight redesign because the iPhone will be a bit more rounded this time around. Not as round as it was in the past, but not as boxy as it is right now. It will be an in-between. The glass on the front and the back will be curved slightly, like with the Apple Watch, and therefore it will feel more ergonomic, and swiping from down, up, side, left and right will feel amazingly smooth. There will be 2 new colors, a bright intense blue and a kind of Viva Magenta color, which is the color of the year 2023. Because the EU said so, Apple has to move to USB-C, and they do, but they do with a catch. It will be only lightning speed, sadly, so only 2.0 USB speeds, but it's finally USB-C and that's a good thing. The display will stay the same. Same resolution, same brightness, same slow 60 Hz, but there will be a dynamic island this time around and no notch, so it looks new, but it will feel old, if that makes sense. And the processor is also only kind of new. It's the one you have right now in the iPhone 14 Pro, and it will switch back to the iPhone 15, and the iPhone 15 Pro will have the new A17 processor. So the regular iPhone is always 1 year behind. The new processor will only be slightly faster and slightly more power efficient. Bigger news are the camera. It will have 48 megapixel and will be slightly larger, but not as large as on the iPhone 14 Pro and 15 Pro. The iPhone 15 Pro will have a 6.1 inch screen and the 15 Pro Max will have 6.7 inch. Maybe it has the name Ultra because there's one detail that is different between the models regarding the camera. More on that in just a bit. The phone will have the same redesign, so it will feel smaller and lighter because it is 20 grams lighter and more ergonomic. But the camera on the back will protrude even more than on the 14 Pro, which is already insane. And I don't know if I'm looking forward to that. It can be lighter because the material is no longer stainless steel, but it is titanium, and it will be brushed titanium, so no more fingerprints, finally. The buttons will no longer be real buttons. They are solid state buttons, so they only pretend like they are clickable, but they are not actually clickable. They work through the Taptic engine and it will simulate a click like it did with the Touch ID fingerprint sensor back in the days when it was also moved to solid state. And Apple is doing this to further improve on the water resistance. The display on the front will look kind of the same. The bezels are supposed to be way thinner, 1.5 millimeter. This would be a new record and the smallest bezels of the industry, so I'm really looking forward to that. And the brightness will be boosted to 2500 nits, also a new record and incredibly bright. It will also have USB-C, but the Pro model will have Thunderbolt 3 speed, so way faster than Lightning, and there will be special certified for iPhone cables which support the new Thunderbolt 3 speed. The chip inside will be the Apple A17 and it is supposed to be 10 to 15% faster and 30% more power efficient. So that's a nice bump in speed and efficiency, and therefore I think that the battery will be slightly smaller to make room for the larger Taptic engine and larger camera system. And now I want to talk about that camera. The main and the ultra wide angle will be pretty much the same. Maybe the apertures are larger because the cameras protrude a little bit more and therefore the aperture could be larger. But the telephoto lens will be much improved. It is 5 times lossless, and I think it will have a 48 megapixel sensor to make a 2 times crop also kind of lossless, like they do now with the 14 Pro's main sensor. So it would have the 5 and 10x zoom lossless. It's not really lossless, but they say so. Google says so. kind of makes sense, kind of doesn't. But it will be way better, and I'm sure it will have a great quality. But because that system is quite large, it will be only available in the Pro Max or the Ultra model, which makes sense, but is kind of sad. And also there will be a new LiDAR sensor, which is way more accurate and power efficient. It is rumored and already kind of said by Apple themselves that the prices will increase this year. We don't know much, but maybe 10 to 15%. In the US, the prices stayed the same last year. In the rest of the world, they were quite a bit higher. So I don't feel that good when I think about the prices. Could be the case that it is 1,500 euros, but it could also be the case that it is the same price and Apple only says it will be higher, so we feel better when it's the same and we feel like it's cheap and a good deal even though it's not. What do you look forward to? Are you excited for the new iPhones? Which one are you planning to get and which feature is the most important to you? Write that down in the comments and I'll see you then. Bye.